Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment of truth. We'll make sure there are no hiccups, as in Hollywood, when we present awards and we do the right thing. It's always difficult for the jury to select a winner, and certainly from a short list of the projects that you've seen here. Projects that are, of course, all dealing with topics that are relevant to sustainability in our industry. I think all the projects are also very innovative, and all three of them have an incredible wow factor, or X factor, as we say. But after due thought and discussion and deliberation, the jury came to a decision, and the winner of this year's Thor Heyerdahl International Maritime Award goes to the Ocean Cleanup Project. The jury found that the project scored exceptionally high on all the criteria. It is a project that combines technological innovation, but also awareness raising. And I think from the previous session, we all know how important that is. Marine litter is a very topical issue, and it's likely to be an important one for the foreseeable future. So that is why we are very pleased to encourage Bojan Slat and his team in their endeavors to tackle this global problem. Before we call the winner on the stage, I would first like to give the floor to Mr. Thor Heyerdahl Jr. To say a few words about our selection and the winner of this year. Please, Mr. Heyerdahl.
Thank you. Do you want me to speak into that thing? No. No doubt, the reason why I have been given the honor of passing on this award must be that I'm the son of the man who has given his name to this Heyerdal award. Some of you may recall that my father, Thor Heyerdahl, crossed the Pacific in 1947 from Peru to Polynesia for 101 days in pure, clean water all the way. They didn't even see another vessel. Some 60 years later, my youngest son, he honored his father by undertaking the same voyage, the same route, with 5 comrades, and they encountered huge amounts of plastic litter in the Humboldt Current off the coast of Chile and Peru. It was a shocking experience to my son and his comrades. A few years later, he sailed from San Francisco again across the Pacific and encountered, in a catamaran, he encountered enormous amounts again of plastic litter, covering an area of twice the state of Texas. Now, during these years, myself, I'm an oceanographer, a marine biologist by profession. I was working at the Institute of Marine Research in Bergen on the Norwegian west coast, and I was responsible for compiling or collecting data on oil pollution from all over the world. We had a very good overview of how much oil was littering the world oceans. We knew how much was floating in the surface, how much was dissolved in the water masses, how much was sedimented on the ocean floor, on fishing grounds, on spawning grounds for fish, for instance. And we calculated the amount to be about 10 million tons of oil per year. 10 million tons, that's the equivalent of Norway's annual use of oil, total use of oil. We wrote reports, scientific reports, they disappeared in data banks, and nobody paid attention. Then my father sails from Morocco across the Atlantic to the West Indies. And that was the year of '69. Then he dipped his toothbrush into the water to brush his teeth. And there was an oil lump on his toothbrush. And he was shocked. And in addition to saying some Norwegian swear words, he complained to Secretary General U Tant of the United Nations. And he was invited to hearings in Congress, in all kinds of fora. Action was taken. We got the Oslo Convention, the London Convention, the Paris Convention, all kinds of conventions. And now I'm happy to say that the oil pollution of the world oceans are now practically on the global scale solved. That problem was really solved because of the attention that my father got. He was not an expert on marine biology or marine pollution. He was an expert on sailing on primitive crafts. I'm an expert, but nobody paid attention to me. Locally, we still, of course, have a problem. We still have to work on it. But that you can reach the public some way or another. My father did it with his well-known name, and I'm very happy if I may have the prize, so I can pass it on to the winner. It's heavy. I'm glad I'm a strong man.
All on the stage now, Arjen Tjellema, who is the project manager of the Ocean Cleanup Project. Arjen, please join us. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I don't dare to shake your hand because I'll lose it. I hope you recognize this figure. It's a symbolic copy of the Kon-Tiki raft, the waves and the sail. And now I can hardly hold it any longer, so please take it over, and congratulations so much.
Okay, I'll mention all of this. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. And well, yeah, I think this is indeed a rather massive recognition of a major problem that affects humans and sea life all over the planet. And maybe in a way we are doing something a bit similar to what your father did, as we are building a system that fully relies on ocean currents and winds to move through the ocean to clean up the plastics. Well, I think this is a great inspiration to all of our team, and on behalf of the whole ocean cleanup, I'd like to thank you very much for awarding us this, and I hope that in a couple of years, when your son or whoever else takes another trip, that they won't encounter a lot of plastics anymore. So we'll keep working hard to realize that. Thank you.